All right, it's time to get a little controversial now. You ready for this? We're back, guys. I have been wanting to do this video for a long time. As most of you know, most of you, I do not respond to comments anymore. You know why? Well, it's just too hard. And some of you guys have been getting offended by that. Who am I? Now, for one thing, I am hungry, so I am gonna eat soon. But in this video, I am going to respond to some of the comments that I get in the comment section. Now, it's not on a particular video that I've done. It's gonna be like kind of spread out a little bit. If you live in Utah, be sure to stay to the end, especially if your name is Ben Byerly. Now, before we get started in the video, I want to share something that I basically showed you guys on my community page. It looks something like this, but I'm going to put it here on the screen. So here it is. This is a weekly recap that YouTube sends out. This is September 11th, never forget, to September 17th. And you can pretty much see 6,860 likes. Had no idea my like game was that strong. Pretty darn good. Also, 804 shares. Thank you guys for sharing the content. Again, had no idea I had that kind of support, like for shares that is. And lastly, 747 comments. Now, September 18th through the 24th, here's the other one. 7,229 likes. So it did go up a little bit. Also, 900 shares. That went up, and the comments went up too. And so if you average it out, I get about 3,000 comments a month, in that ballpark. That's why I do not respond, because it's literally too much. If you were to average it out over the course of a month, how much is that? It's a lot. And on top of that, there's a reason why I stopped responding to comments. It was literally because one day I answered over 100 comments when I was still doing it. And I literally had a panic attack. I never even told you guys about that. I literally had a panic attack doing it. And I remember telling my wife, I can't do this anymore. So I stopped. And listen,
I found this on the web.
They're always listening. But nevertheless, my wife told me, hey, you need to take a break from comments. And so I did. And as you guys know, I post a lot of content. I go out to get my own footage, as you know. I edit my own footage. So everything that you see on my channel is this JB guy here. No one else is helping me with this. My wife might help me with filming some videos, but apart from that, I edit everything.
Everything.
So let's get into the video now. All right, so I did a video probably 5 months ago. I don't know exactly when. And it was when I still owned my GMC Sierra AT4. If you guys don't remember this video, it would make me laugh because it was kind of funny. I did this video because I didn't really see anyone else doing something like this. This is the dumbest thing I've ever done. I probably would never do it again. I did a video saying 30 things I hated about my GMC. 30 things, not 3, not 5, not even 10. I did 30. I expected people to be like, what is wrong with this guy? He clearly has no time on his hand to do a video like this. And you were right. I don't know why I did that. I had to redo that video like 2 times, by the way. That video was the worst. And I'll probably never do it again. Well, never say never, but I probably would never do that again because it was really hard. Now, again, I expected some people to make fun of me for doing that video because it was funny. My wife's family made fun of me for sure, but 100% supporter of sanity, your comment won the gold in that one. I laughed so hard reading this comment. And here's what he said. I'll put it here too. He says, everybody else, here's 5 things I hate. Our guy JB, hold my beer. Yep, I would never do it again though. The next comment on that video was from my boy, David Brown. No relation, by the way, but he says, I can make a decent list of things about my Ram that sucks. But 30, gotta do what I gotta do, man. I gotta do what I gotta do. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next video. Now this video is one that I did last week, I believe. It was either Friday, Thursday, I can't remember now, but it was last week. And it was about my Chevy. I basically was talking about some of my regrets on ordering that truck because it was something that I didn't catch until the truck was being built. But nevertheless, it is what it is. So someone had basically mentioned in the comment section Let me fix the title for you. The biggest mistake I made was ordering a Chevy. There you go, have a great day. But hold on, not so fast. This guy, let's go Brandon FJB. So I think it's the same guy that's been on my channel for a while now, because he's been kind of, you know, changing his thumbnail a little bit on his username, but I'm pretty sure it's him. He says, you spelled Ram wrong. I was literally on the toilet, doing my business, and I busted out laughing and scared my wife. And she kind of ran into the bathroom to make sure I was okay, because I was reading this comment. So yes, dude, I was dropping a deuce and reading this comment, and I busted out laughing. By the way, that's kind of when I do read my comments. I'm pretty much on the toilet because it's like the only time I really have anymore. So yeah, there it is. All right, TMI. I'm sorry guys, too far. Okay, let's jump onto my laptop because I want to go over just a few more, and then we're gonna pretty much end off this thing here. I'm gonna probably give out a couple more shout outs too, by the way. Let's go to the computer. Now, sticking on the same video, the biggest mistake I made ordering my Chevy. Matthew Anderson is someone who probably responds on just about every video that I do. And he had asked me a question if I like country music. And yes, I do. And I do know who Randy Travis is. I do actually have one of his songs on my playlist. But he basically told me that, and this is around the time when I ordered this truck, not to order the black wheels on my white high country. And the reason why is because he told me the wheels are gonna go up in price. And I figured, they're not gonna go up by much, because on a high country, you already get really nice wheels. So I thought they would deduct the price of the wheels for the black ones. And that's why the price that I first saw was $524, because when I ordered the truck, they didn't have pricing yet at the time. So it just said $524, but that was pretty much wrong. So yeah, he was right. And he was basically telling me, told you so. A couple more on this video and then we'll move on. So Jeff S Gaming Videos, you said you should order a gas dually. No, I would never do that. The reason why is because dualies in gas form will have horrible depreciation. Now, if you need a truck with payload, then obviously you have to buy that. But I'm gonna be honest, because of how quickly I trade out of trucks, I would never buy that truck because it would be way too hard to sell back. Now, Diamond Head, you were basically talking about or responding to some of the comments on this video. I was actually shocked by this too. A lot of people said that I made a big mistake ordering this truck with a gasser. Let's kind of discuss that really quickly. So just be sure to pause if you want to read his comment. Sierra 2024Z kind of responded to him, and I actually like what these guys are saying. But here's the deal. Gas HDs are becoming more common. Whenever I go out and I see trucks, I always see it missing that diesel badge on the side, like the Power Stroke's not there or the Duramax. I've seen quite a few 2024s, GMCs with that gas engine too. And I think now that GM has the 10-speed, Ford has that 7.3 standard from the XLT up to the Platinum on the HDs, it's like becoming more of like a easier buy, because who can really afford these expensive trucks anymore? Like, it's expensive to buy a pickup truck. And if you have to add $12,000 to a Super Duty or about $10,000 to a GM product, it just makes it harder. So I see a lot more people kind of making the switch. Now, obviously, I'm a diesel fanboy, but I would never put down a gas truck because they have their place. If I was doing cross-country towing, absolutely, I want to get a diesel. I'm never going to buy a gas truck and do something like that. But that's just me. But I will say, a lot of people say that resale value isn't good on gas pickups. You will never hear this probably again on my channel because I'm probably not going to talk about it. I almost traded in my gas truck on a Corvette. It was a 2023 brand new model, and the dealership gave me the option to purchase it. And let's just say on trade-in value, I only lost $1,000. And if you include my tax credit, I made money. So you can say what you want to say about gas trucks. They're here to stay. And I think with the 10-speed transmission behind the 6.6 and the 7.3 being as popular as it is, I think that a lot of these trucks are going to start holding their value a lot better. All right, it's time to get a little controversial now. You ready for this? So I'm not going to mention this person because you don't deserve to be mentioned. Someone basically said on one of my videos is I had to finally unfollow so much clickbait. And on the video, I never said anything about this Ford truck being broken down, or it's no good, or it's unreliable. All I said was, let's take a look. The title says, 2023 Ford F-350 already in the shop. I'm shocked Ford is allowing this. And then on the thumbnail it just says, what happened? That's not clickbait. That is phenomenal advertising. If you fell for that thinking it was a broken down truck, that's on you. I never said that in the title or the thumbnail. I walked into the shop and it says, why is that new Ford truck on the lift? And then I walked around and noticed, oh, they're putting on a winch. And I was shocked that Ford would allow that when they could have installed it on the assembly line, which makes more sense because you know what? That bumper is going to get scratched. I promise you it will. I don't care how great the installer is, it will get scratched. And if one doesn't get scratched, a second one will, because I'll be honest, that bumper did get scratched. But again, putting it back on is where it got scratched at. Nothing that you can really do. I mean, granted, he did tape it, and as he put it back on, somehow something got caught on there and it scraped the bumper. So again, that wasn't clickbait. So stop being a little baby. Ben Byerly, what's up, man? I've been hearing about you. JC Automotion had told me that you reached out to me. I saw one of your comments in a video that Mikey P and I did, and I figured, you know what? It's a good idea. Let's take a look real quick. So here's what Ben Byerly says. He says, great video. I would love to meet you guys in person. And then he asked a question about air intake system. So let's go ahead and talk about that real quickly. I personally don't buy intakes. Based off some of the data that I've seen, intakes can actually rob you of performance. This depends. I mean, your engine doesn't know you have an intake. Only you know that. So if there's a tune available with that intake, then yeah, sure, go ahead, do it. Because at least that engine is going to work at its peak performance with that intake system on there. But apart from that, I don't buy intakes. And a lot of my friends that I know who bought them, I mean, I have one guy, he's had like 8 or 9 Cummins, and he told me he used to buy them, and then one day he stopped and he noticed that trucks just seem to work better without them. So hey, it just depends on how you look at it. But the last thing you mentioned, or the first thing you mentioned, was you would like to meet me and Mikey P. So I live in Utah. Unfortunately, Mikey P lives in Maryland. So I was thinking on October 21st, Sandy, Utah, Shields, 7:30 in the morning, because I'm probably not going to clear this with Shields. I was thinking if you do live in the Utah area and you would like to maybe check out the dually, if you have some questions or something like that, I'd be more than happy to, you know, maybe put a small event together. I'm hoping no more than 5 to 10 guys, you know, and then maybe in the future I can, you know, find a nice venue for all of us to go to. But if you live in Utah, October 21st, 7:30 in the morning, because we got to do it early because I have to do my family time. And yeah, Shields. Depending on how big this gets, I may have to clear it with them. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if you would like to come. And if you are going to tell other people about this, do not tell any kids. I want adults, no burnouts, no stupid stuff. Like we're all adults coming here. And if you are an idiot or a kid who wants to do burnouts, don't come, please. So yeah, Shields in Sandy, Utah, or Draper, Utah, one of those. It's like in between there. 7:30 on October 21st. I will do a community page, and maybe I'll put like a link so that way I have an idea of how many people are gonna come. And who knows, maybe in the future I can do this more regularly and we can do a big one. And that way we can have a nice, you know, venue or something like that. So hope you guys liked the video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I mean, it's huge that I have so many people, you know, supporting this channel. I mean, I'm not the kind of person who would have ever done something like this. I only did it because, hey, I was learning about towing trucks, things like that, you know, 4 years ago. And, you know, look at how it's become something that people actually like to come to and learn from. So it's really cool. So I really appreciate all you guys do. And even to my haters, thank you so much for your support. It's truly appreciated.